what actually is the best converting landing page for your SaaS? What is it? What does it look like? What are the credentials? What are the criteria? What does it mean to have a high converting SaaS other than actually just converting users? Well, those are the questions I asked myself when I found this thing on Twitter called the anatomy of a high converting AI SaaS landing page. And so I thought to myself, hey, what is it about this that actually works so well? And then I thought, hey, that's a great thing to talk about in this week's episode of Design. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to go through this diagram step by step and just try and break down, give my feedback on what it says makes the highest converting landing page. And then, I know this isn't technically a build episode, but I do like to incorporate episodes of building. We're going to then take this into a vibe coding AI tool, Cursor, and see if we can actually build us a high converting landing page just looking at this diagram. If I feed it the diagram and I feed it information about some theoretical company, maybe I'll use one of the other side builds I do, can it actually go ahead and generate that landing page for us? And how does it look? So let's jump right into it. Full credit for this, by the way, goes to withsuperfast.com. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below where you can find the original link to this. So if you want to download this for yourself, it's not mine, don't take credit for it. We're just taking a look and examining it. So this is it. The anatomy of a high converting AI SaaS landing page, 179% conversion increase. As a developer, I know about the nav bar, I know about the hero section, I know about social proof, features, solutions, stats, benefits, how it works, integrations, testimonials, frequently asked questions, CTV, call to value, and the footer. But what I'm more interested in here is this stuff on the right-hand side. And what is it about this particular structure that claims to work so well with a 179% conversion increase? Well, it says desired outcome and objection. Clear navigation for easy access, keep your call to action visible at all times. I know Alex Hormozy has some sort of variant on this where it's how to do desired goal with thing that you have that prevents you from doing that goal. But I like the idea here of it saying that your CTA, your call to action, your button, whatever your next step is, purchase, see more, learn more, reach out to us, whatever it happens to be, is visible at all times. And it highlights the desired outcome and addresses the objections up front. And honestly, I think that's exactly what it's saying here by having the objection in the title, is that you're addressing whatever somebody's number one concern is or their number one objection to why they wouldn't be able to do this. Let's say it's about making friends and it's a friend-making app, for example. The header would be something like how to make friends in a new city without knowing anyone, or how to make friends easily with crippling social anxiety, or whatever it is. You are giving them the firepower to talk themselves into whatever it is you're selling because you're taking their number one objection. Let's say in that case, you've got crippling social anxiety, but you want to make new friends. And you're saying, hey, you can use this even with your crippling social anxiety to make new friends. And of course, if your product actually delivers, well, then you've got a new customer. Then of course, we've got the show your product in action, use a visual or mock-up to highlight its core value. Now, typically for this section, I usually see it as, some sort of animated GIF. Yes, I pronounced it that way, or some other video that just demonstrates to your users what your app actually looks like in action. What is it going to actually look like when they, the user or potential user at that point, are going to use it? And then showing real results or endorsements to build trust with social proof is just kind of in there to pad things out. Ideally, this section right here, this full section, is exactly what you're going to see before you scroll at all. So at this point, you've addressed whatever the desired outcome is. You've added the objection, how to make friends easily in a new city with crippling social anxiety, expand on what makes your product special. My app is an app for making friends in social circles with da-da-da-da-da-da, whatever it is. And then the action step plus the promised benefit from the heading. And then some sort of video that shows people what your app actually looks like. Now, I like the way that it's laid this out because personally, I'm a huge fan of a try before you buy solution in that you should have some sort of idea how you could actually use the application before you actually pay for it. But on the other hand of that, kind of paradoxical, I also am a strong advocate for not doing free plans. So having that spot in the middle where you have some sort of interactive preview, even if it's just on the front end, it's like a front end, skeleton of what your app actually does, just to give them an understanding of it. And if they like it, then they'll go through and actually sign up. An interactive preview just really makes it so that users get a feel for your product before they've actually signed up here. You want to show them what it actually looks like And then if you can give them some sort of idea of what the interactive preview actually looks like, and then they can go through and click on it and adjust things, and even if there's no account attached to it, that gives a much better idea of how your application is actually going to work, and more so qualifies the user if they're like, oh, this is exactly for me, or oh, no, this isn't for me. The fact that they got to the next step of the sign-up page means that they probably liked what you had to say here, and they tried whatever basic version you had on here and liked it enough to want to try the real thing. Features tell, but benefits sell. I would definitely have to agree with that. You know, taking any entrepreneurship class, you'll learn about features, advantages, and benefits. And, if you're trying to sell an air conditioner, you could easily say, this air conditioner makes it so easy to turn on. It's got 3 different modes. And to be honest, as the consumer, I don't really care about how many modes it has. All I care about is how fast is it at what it claims to do, and how effective is it at what it claims to do. I feel like down here, this is all just kind of lipstick at this point. After this point, if the person gets to your benefits section and hasn't decided if they're going to purchase or not, or at least sign up, you probably aren't going to sell them at the bottom here. I feel like just adding integrations and testimonials and frequently asked questions are more so for the specific type of customers who want to go read the frequently asked questions or who want to see a million glazing testimonies. That's all great. But I feel like the main portion of your landing page is just going to be this. So at this point, I think this is pretty great. And this is actually really true. This is something I don't see a lot of people considering, is that if I scroll to the bottom of the page and the website that I'm on doesn't have some sort of privacy policy or terms of use, we all know it's the legal jargon of, yes, we store your information and whatever, we don't sell it, whatever it says. If that's not at the bottom of the page, I'm always a little bit suspicious, because I'm like, if you're not legit enough to have a situation in which you would need to have that, then why am I giving you money? So in this case, for the landing page, I think I'm going to do Channelize, which, if you remember on last week's build episode, is that kind of YouTube analytics tool that talks about the overall direction of your channel as opposed to just giving you the raw analytics and not giving you any way to actually interpret those. So I'm just going to lay out exactly here what I would typically expect and tell it to make any assumptions and write things in and see if it can build that full landing page for it. So the prompt I'm going to give Cursor here is build a full HTML landing page based on the structure laid out in this image. It will be for a web app called Channelize, which is a YouTube analytics tool that doesn't just give you the statistics and feedback on your videos, but also guides your channel and gives you direction using AI. Choose a dark blue color scheme and fill in any assumptions you have with text. The key thing here is to follow the structure as close as possible, and I should make sure I say in the image. If you know me, I typically build things using React and JavaScript, but I'm curious in this case how well it will actually perform when it comes to just doing a simple HTML landing page. How good will the CSS be? How customizable will it be? We're going to see here how exactly it does in following this step by step. Okay, it really gave us just a one-page HTML here. So let's go ahead and see how it actually looks. I'm mildly concerned because of how quick it was, but let's hit the HTML page and see how it actually looks. Okay, not bad. That's actually pretty good. I'm noticing it's spelled the name wrong, but I have a feeling that might be just because I spelled the name wrong. Did I spell the name wrong? What did I say? Build a full, yeah, I spelled the name wrong. Cool. I spelled the name wrong, but that's on me. Wow, grow your YouTube channel without the guesswork. Channelize doesn't just give you analytics, it gives you AI-powered direction to transform your channel from struggling to thriving, start growing, plus get 30% more views. AI-powered analytics dashboards, see what works, what doesn't, and what exactly to do next. Trusted by YouTube creators worldwide. We'd add some YouTube creators here. Key features, AI-channeled guidance, get personalized recommendations for content, timing, and strategy based on your unique audience data. Dive deeper into viewer behavior, retention patterns, and engagement metrics that matter for growth. And optimize titles, thumbnails with AI-powered suggestions. Solution, analytics, interactive dashboard, AI guidance, optimization, growth, 179% average growth increase, 50K plus creators, and 2.5 million analyzed. Okay, I am blown away. I am blown away by the fact that I was able to give Cursor just a very vague idea for some sort of product, and I was able to get just an index.html automatically here. So this is before I actually hop into any linking or anything, but I could literally take this HTML, put it on my hosting and get it online so that people could get to this page, and maybe they wouldn't be able to click through things here. But I bet you if I actually just asked for Cursor to fill out some more pages here, it would be able to do it. And then of course I'd actually have just to fill in these videos here with my actual product, which doesn't exist right now. Not only has it done that, but it's also made it semi-interactive. If I hit the start your free trial button at the top here, it scrolls directly to the bottom with this ready to transform your YouTube channel, join thousands of creators. This is actually pretty great. I am definitely blown away by this. This was outstanding. And I mean, if you want to see me actually go ahead and try and build this MVP, I'll leave a link to the build video where you can check out me actually vibe coding my way into building this full YouTube channel analytics tool where I connect the YouTube analytics of this real channel as well as AI APIs to try and get this tool up and running. And if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching and cheat code.